Okay, we should be live now, hopefully. As opposed to dead. No, we're not playing a necromancer, we're not dead. But yeah, we are going to be going through and getting the rest of our stuff. So yeah, I just have to stream early today because reasons. We might actually switch over to just regularly streaming earlier, but we'll see how that kind of goes. And hi, Hugo, how's it going? Hopefully you are doing well. And we are just going to go ahead and jump into Flayer Jungle first. Hopefully we don't have as weird of a jungle layout. And I think I forgot to put, what button is it? There it is. Select. I want to see which direction Great Marsh is from here. I think it's going to be, and yes, we are actually going to be using keyboard to check. Because we don't want to be heading back. Which is pretty easy to figure out, but eh. Yeah, we'll just go on. We'll just do with what we're going to normally do. We just slap things with a scimitar and kick them in the face. Also, drop out traps, because traps are semi-useful. So hopefully today will be a fairly relaxed day as we finish off Act 3. The goal is finishing off Act 3 and possibly, maybe, doing Act 4 as well, depending on how much time we have. But until then, we should be fine with what we got. So I'm going to drink potions and pick up new ones, because, yeah, we kind of want to be getting the better potions anyway. And we'll be getting more of those in here, and we'll be getting even more whenever we get into Act 4 as well, because that's whenever we start seeing the greater potions kind of popping up as a normal thing. And I did switch rings over to the one that we got for the quest, which was mostly going to be used for, hey, let's go ahead and kick your butt, Flayer Shaman. There you go. But yeah, we mostly got it for, if I can actually get that to go off of there. There we go. The lightning resist is a lot better on this one, and it does give us a little bit of mana per kill, which can help curb the cost of kicking so much, but it's still not going to make up for it entirely. We would need a bit more mana per kill for that, unfortunately. So we're not going to see that for a while, at least. In fact, we'll probably end up getting some mana leech from something else just to kind of make up for it later on. And that is chance cards. Okay, that is a very good start to the day. We haven't found one of those online yet, so I'm happy about that. And I do like that our mercenary is capable of shutting down pretty much anything that we don't like. Because he is the ice mercenary, and I cannot wait until they get buffs. But let's go ahead and do that. Da-da-da-da. It's like one of the worst chance cards you can find, but it's chance cards. So, hey, it's not the worst thing ever. 25% chance cards. Woo, yeah. I mean, I think we have that on some rare gloves as well. It might be less than 25%, but we have some rare gloves with Magic Find. I think it's like 15%. But let's go ahead and drop out some traps, because, yeah, these guys are going to be extra irritating if we don't. Hey, big boy. There you go. Oh, and Mercenary already leveled up. Sweet. Thanks for catching up to me, Mercenary. And hey, how's it going? I would pronounce your name, but I will horribly mispronounce Gulalu. It's probably completely different from that. I'm terrible at stuff like that. So let's grab a mana potion and get moving on. Hi, Nightbot. How you doing? That I know for a fact that I didn't set you up to trigger that readily. That's a bit funky. But yeah, I'm hoping we actually do okay here. It's going to be a bit of a rough endeavor, and this looks like we might actually be going towards, yeah, Lower Caress, because we're getting the gold. We've got the hook around. Yeah, it's going to be, as soon as we get up there, it'd be Lower Caress. So we're going to go ahead and Burst of Speed, of course. I keep forgetting to do that. And also, I keep forgetting I have this. I got a friend. And no, I'm not going to sing that song. I don't feel like being in Pixar mode. Or was that Disney? I think that might actually be Disney that made Toy Story. Yeah, Disney-Pixar kind of collaboration, if I remember correctly. But let's go ahead and just keep going forward. I'm not super well-versed on Disney, and that will offend a few people that I know. I know Disney. Some of my favorite early movies were Disney. I love Robin Hood, for example. But, yeah. Disney was not my forte. I got into anime probably in my early teens, and that's where most of my focus on that kind of stuff went. And no, our shadow didn't die. She just made noises. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, the goal today is to get through Act 3. and as much of Act 4, if not all of Act 4 as possible. For those of you watching this on the Let's Play Everything channel, no, we're not finishing it all in one episode. Those episodes I tend to try to keep between 20 and 30 minutes. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, simply because it's meant to be easily digestible over there. Think Disney bought Pixar after Toy Story was made? Maybe, possibly. I'm finishing off my soda first, and then we have the entire water bottle to go, so I'm not going to run out of drink just yet. I was tempted to actually make the title of the stream streaming until I run out of water or the doorbell rings. So, yay. Your father would make you watch Ghibli, Studio Ghibli instead of Disney. I actually really like Studio Ghibli, so I cannot blame them. I am a huge fan of, especially the older stuff. I know Spirited Away is kind of like where they got most of their popularity in the West, but honestly, I still think some of their best things are like Howl's Moving Castle, Nausicaa, those kind of things. Only one that I don't recommend to people new to Studio Ghibli is the war one. It wasn't World War II, was it? It's Grave of Fireflies, if you're wondering what I'm thinking of. Which is... it's a bit of a hard watch, honestly. If you're not into that kind of movie, it can be kind of boring. If you are into that kind of movie, it can be depressing. It's like, oh, which negative emotion do I want to get from this? But it's actually really well done. Even if it doesn't always follow a bunch of other things. Castle in the Sky is really good as well. I love the robots in that one. But despite getting into anime as a teen, I still didn't end up getting too big into like a breadth of anime. Like I didn't get into things like I did watch a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, but I didn't get into like One Piece or Naruto or any of those. I ended up watching more fringe stuff like Lotus War and Akira. Well, Akira's not fringe, but it's more of a cult classic. And I ended up going that route. Basically the anime you would have found on Sci-Fi Channel in the middle of the night on the US. They almost touched the subject of war. Let's see. I need mana potions, of course, because we are, of course, running out of mana. We are going to have to do a lot of repairing on our sword, because I have a feeling it's already, down to 10 out of 32. We tend to burn through our durability quite quick, because we are not a slow attacker. Go away, fools. And we will probably need to repair before even going down into the Flayer dungeon. Of course, I didn't repair before this. I have no idea what that teleport was about. 3, 4, 5. That's good enough. One thing I hope that they do in the patch, and I know this is going to be like pretty much an impossible thing for them to do, would be to make it so traps trigger the mana per kill effect. I don't care about the rest of the stuff. I care about mana per kill from traps. That would actually be a massive game changer in 2.4. But I doubt it's ever going to happen. So let's see. And I guarantee you a lot of people will disagree with me on that one. I just think it would be a good idea. We are not actually taking too much damage here, so I'm content with just beating the crap out of everything. So let's see. Now, if we ever end up getting rid of Angelic Sword, we are going to be getting rid of Angelic Ring for more resist as well, which will probably happen as soon as we get to kind of like Act 2 Nightmare or so, because that'll be about whenever we're the right level for that. I might do some level grinding on this character, because it is going to be a little bit of a tough nugget as well. So let's kill all the Flayers. And yes, the Flayers are not great experience in and of themselves, but yeah, they are definitely worth killing for me, because I do want to get the experience from just killing a lot of little annoying things. So where is our bloody exit to here to get the Flayer jungle stuff? Because we still need our heart, our brain, and our flail. And I am going to do it the proper way. So that's just going to be one of those things that we go through. And let's go ahead and drop out some traps here, just to clear this swarm out a little bit. Now, as far as whenever we fight Mephisto, chances are that's going to be a little bit of a tough battle for us. us. Because we're going to have to be right up there with him. We don't have range to actually cheese him like we do with other characters, so... Let's see. Murder, death, destruction, and shamans. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. New player questions, maybe veteran questions. Now, for some more complicated questions, of course, I have to go look stuff up because I am not perfect memory. I do not have eidetic memory. I just have a weird kind of... I'm going to get stuff repaired real quick. But my brain just kind of remembers how things work, but not exact numbers usually. Unless it's something really esoteric. So, hi, Herotli. Trade repair, and I think it's, yeah, hold that to repair all for 1100. That's fine. And yeah, we will dump off our runes into the other thing. I'm trying to think which ones don't touch on war. I mean, I know that, even Spirited Away actually touches on war at one point. Because isn't, oh, what's his name? The one that turns into the dragon. Isn't he from, like, World War II, if I remember correctly? Hi, Boyman. How's it going? I'm just going to drink that. Actually, throw it on the ground. Sure, that's fine, too. Don't need it. We do have this, which is, if I remember correctly, a resist charm. Yeah, lightning resist 27%. So we can get rid of... I think we're fine on fire resist. Yeah, we're fine on fire resist. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I'm going to go with, you know what, more vitality. I mean, it works for me. And we're going to get skill tree. I'm going to keep pumping this. I am really looking forward to the martial arts change that is going to make it only cost 1 charge, which is going to be a little bit nice. Yeah, we have that on there. I'll rearrange my skills probably off screen, but we're going to keep dumping into Fists of Fire. I think that's pretty much all we really need. Because we have points in everything else we need. So yeah, we just go Fists of Fire to boost up our meteor from this, which is going to be fine. We're not going to be able to charge up the actual fists, but like I said, it's fine. So off we go into the nonsense woods of hell. And kick things in the face. That's our entire goal in life, kick it in the face. And yeah, getting used to, because most of my off-screen recording is done with a mouse and keyboard too. So I really don't get a lot of practice with the controller, so getting used to actually pressing the directional buttons to heal takes some getting used to. So grab all your gold, and there's another shaman. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to focus in on the shamans for the most part with our kicks, because, well, they're going to be irritating. Yes, they can actually revive not fallen, flayers, but they generally favor aggressive moves. So let's grab that. And we are going through, as far as what this build is, we're actually going through and murdering things with a martial arts assassin using strictly just the controller until it drives me completely mad. Once it drives me completely mad, I will switch over to keyboard and mouse, maybe even switch builds, but I'm going to try to get all the way through hell without going completely insane. So, gotta kill them all. Man, that would totally change the spirit of that show, by the way. Gotta kill them all. And if you guys are wondering, it's a hidden message. I'm currently in the middle of fighting, otherwise I would approve it. So, grab the Grand Scepter, because that might actually be money, money, money. For resurrecting Murky. Come on, Bungie. Okay, so now that we are done fighting them, I'm going to Alt-Tab and approve that. Yeah, YouTube does not like a certain word in that, the kill word. It doesn't like that one. It's a bad word. It means murder. Oh, I forgot to save that. Okay. One moment, you may see a little bit of stuttering for just a second, because I was just alt-tabbing and I realized I forgot to save the audio for an episode that I'm releasing later this week. Oopsie. There we go. It's saved now. That could have been bad. Actually, it wouldn't have been that bad. It would have been about 20 minutes of re-recording everything again. So, kill you. We don't need to pop the Gidbin, although we could if we wanted to fight a boss or something like that to get some extra XP. Not really something I want to do right now. And yes, if we were going to be, efficient right now, we'd actually be a Fire Trap Assassin. I am aware. that it is a good idea. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. So let's put up a portal there just to be safe. So, anyways, whenever 2.4 comes out, we might be doing a lot of build experimentations. Just as a heads up for those of you like really curious about it. Because, oh god, we got explodey boys. But the build experiments will be to do with the changes to skills and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to, they're probably not going to, but I don't know if they're going to allow people to do the rune words offline. Personally, I think they should be single player and ladder. That way people can theory craft in single player and actually have access to the tools to do so. Whereas if they only make it ladder, you're pretty much stuck with just ladder the entire thing. Do I have any merchandise? I have a really old poster design. I keep intending to actually make some just art posters in general, but I really just haven't had the energy or the time to actually sit down and do some art. Maybe later tonight, whenever we get to our normal stream time, our previous stream time, I might have some time to actually do a art stream over on Twitch. But no, we have poster and we have some stickers currently on the Spreadshirt store. Not Spreadshirt, Teespring. I tried Spreadshirt for a while. I was unfortunately fairly unimpressed with their quality. And I know I shouldn't say that about them because I might actually have to use them for certain objects. But for the most part, can I drop that please? Thank you. For the most part, the cup sample that I got from them, which was of my old Scully logo, started peeling within the first 3 months. So you just had black flecks from the like wrap of it just floating around, and it was atrocious. So I'm on the fence about them. I also had a shirt from them that I did a sample of that the underarm for it started coming apart within, again, 3 months. I'm hoping Teespring is a little bit better, but I haven't had a chance to get samples of anything other than their water bottles, which I'll need to make a custom design for. I just got a demo design on it of the Blue Bop sticker. But so far it's held up for about 5 or 6 months. I forget when I exactly ordered it. I can go back and double check. But so far it's held up a lot better than the other ones. I don't know if it would hold up with a black background, but honestly, I probably wouldn't want a black background on that anyway. So we are on the 3rd floor, which means we're getting pretty close to where we're going. But yes, I do have some merch there as sort of placeholders, but I also, and whenever I start getting the proper posters up, I will be taking that down. So if you actually want to get that, I would recommend getting it relatively soon, but I'm not heartbroken if people don't. It's very basic. So yeah. But yeah, I'll be taking that one down as soon as I start making some proper posters. Let's see where, I forget which path. I think it's in the top left of this one, which means we're gonna do the long walk. But yeah, I've been considering getting more merch out there. I might even actually, if I were to get a bit bigger where I could actually afford it, I would be possibly even commissioning people to do it in different styles and putting their own signatures on it to promote their socials, because I'm a very big supporter of promoting other artists. So that would be a way that would good. So they'd get paid for the artwork and for the license for me to sell it, and the, let's drop some traps in there, but and they'd also get to have their name on the poster itself. But I would still get like the money from the poster because of course I bought the stuff. But that's just like long-term, if I ever get big enough kind of plan, as opposed to just, hey, we got a hand axe. Sweet. But the rate things are going, I highly doubt we're going to get big enough for that anytime soon. So let's go ahead and go back to town. Boop. But yeah, my dream, if I ever get big enough, if I get like even llama big, is a focus on helping other creators out, because I know how rough the early journey is. I am aware of what Blitz went through to get where he's at. I'm aware of what Wander did to get through where he's at. I know that there are a lot of factors in it, and that is actually really good for us. It's a little bit on the slow side, but do we swap out already? That crushing blow is a big deal. But losing the attack rating is a bit of a bummer. So trade. Go and get that. Hold to sell that. And no, we can't sell the brain. So you know what? We will use this for a little while. See if we can actually make it work. If not, we'll switch back to using Angelic. I mean, it does actually have some fairly decent mods with Angelic. The attack rating is massive. So we'll drop that over there. And yes, that replenished life is going to be missed too. And we have rings over here. Which one did we want? This one, because that's Mana Leech. Try to get Blitz to shout me out on a vid on his channel. I would feel dirty doing that. Main reason being, yes, I've shown up in his old Minecraft videos. I don't even know if he still has those up, but it's been a few years. I do try to promote him to people that his content would be a fit for. But him and I have fairly drastically different audiences. Mine is probably twice the age of his average audience, if you guys are like curious on that. But yeah. He's a cool guy. He deserves your support if you are at all interested in any of the games he's covering. Haven't met too many people more wholesome than him. Wander's kind of the same way. But I am bad at self-promotion, much less asking people to promote for me, to put that in perspective. Am I calling you old? I'm calling myself old. I'm older than the average age of my viewers. So, yeah. As old as I call other people, I myself am older. Although, worth noting, I have a weirdly steady viewership in their 60s, which is older than me. And I'm not sure the story on that one, but there is apparently, and fun story, it's mostly Finnish, but I weirdly have a following of older Finnish people. A few Swedish as well. If you just zero down in on your analytics, you can sort of see this. You can't tell who's who, but it's very strange. So, boom. Let's see. We'll grab this. Hey, it's absolutely useless. And what we're... Oh, we don't even need anything here. We need to just find the path to the next area. Oh, we've got a boss here. Hi. How you doing? Spine Flame. Now Dead Flame. And yeah, Crushing Blow is going to actually help us out quite a bit versus Mephisto. It's one of the reasons why I was looking at this. So, yeah, I am a nerd whenever it comes to looking at analytics, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. I am the quintessential YouTube nerd, where I like kind of going through and learning how the system works, learning why it doesn't show my stuff and why it does. Lately, it hasn't been showing my stuff. I think I know why, but it's kind of an unavoidable thing. But I have been tempted to do... Oh, wow. Thanks for the teleport there, game. I think I have an idea of how to fix it, maybe. We'll see. But I am also looking at just getting the other channels up and running as well. So if any of you are interested in more variety stuff like reviews or Let's Plays, I do have 2 other channels. They are Let's Play Everything, which I've actually gotten a custom link for, and then there is the Game Shop, which I don't have custom link for. There's a few people I'm competing with to get there, so the sooner I can get to 100 subs on that, the happier I will be. That way I won't have to rebrand the channel a 3rd time, because before it was First Strike. Now it's the Game Shop. YouTube is very weird. Let's see. Can you guys actually... There you go. Aim at the enemies. Boop. Rejuve potion. gold. Yeah, we're good. So now we want to go get ourselves the book, because we got the waypoint. We're going to get the book, then we're going to get the heart, because heart in the sewer instead of brain in the gutter is a thing they did. That still irks me to this day. It should be mined in the sewer, because that is mined in the gutter. And we all know that most of the Blizzard devs from this time, the Blizzard North devs specifically, really did have a bit on the perverted side of mines. In case anyone was curious. And yes, we are clearing out the side paths. Mostly for XP. I'm not really worried about dying here. Have a good one, boy man. May the rest of your day go well.
I need mana.
Okay, so let's see. Drink mana. 5. Come on. Where are the rest of you guys? There they are. So we've got Battlemaid Serena, needs to die. And we've got Black Call over here, which is just going to be darn near immortal to me. Because these guys actually have fairly decent physical resist. I don't know why. Hey, there's Venomord. Not going to even bother picking it up. It is probably the most common set in the entire game. That is because, unfortunately, a lot of the, like, drop tables have, well, breastplates in them. Which is also why, whatchamacallit, trying to remember what it's called. The exceptional one, Duriel Shell, there we go, is actually so common, basically, for even an exceptional, is because of that. So we've got that done. Let's go ahead and pop on out of here. We'll go turn that in, get ourselves 5 more stat points, which are going to go straight into Bloody Life, because that's what works for me. And yes, we will also be doing things like Grim Dawn. I may actually do a Grim Dawn stream tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if I have time and energy, because I have some assembly work to do tomorrow, which is lovely. Which may actually help my recording process, though. So definitely looking forward to that. Let's see. We'll dump the gold in. We're looking okay in that stash. Yeah, we are. So let's fill this up. And we'll start in on our second one. We're surprisingly not losing too much money. And I keep having to remember that I can just shoulder button this crap. So we do need to repair our giant golden axe, which admittedly does look a little bit silly. I mean, seriously, look at that. It is very yellow. It's very, very yellow. It's the urine axe. Man, that sounds a lot like the Lorax, but for piss poor design. So, yeah. Oh, and I actually haven't looked at her before in Resurrected. Let's see. She looks a little bit broader shouldered than I was expecting, but that's still a thing. So let's see. I'm so glad that all of the like stupid nonsense about people being pissed about shadows has finally died down. So let's see. I don't really care about the Hellstorms, but they are going to get me my next level. Oh, they aren't going to get me my next level. No! Let's go into the sewers then. Not even going to bother with the trees. We're going straight down. Travancore would be nice, but eh. Ooh, Gem Shrine. That is actually worth going back to town for. Because if I get a perfect gem, that makes it worth it. That's worth more than a town portal. It's one reason why sometimes whenever I'm playing off camera, I actually do keep gems on me. Just for this purpose. I'll keep a handful of the gems that I need perfects of. And just run around with those. It's one reason why you'll often notice I don't always have a very filled in inventory. It's because I am fully fine with running around with no charms. And yes, one thing I have noticed with the controller is that it does indeed have interesting snapping. Like, I will be moving around, and just because it doesn't think I should be in a specific area, it snaps me to another one that it thinks, oh, he was moving this way. This is where he meant to be. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I end up in the face of a million undead Stygian dolls, which is less good. Because Stygian dolls are complete assholes. And I think everyone who plays this game can agree with that one. Hopefully. Otherwise, you're wrong. If you don't agree with me on that one, you're wrong. Just period. And that doesn't look like the right path. No, it's going to be one of those annoying, treasure thingies. So it's not that way. Could be... We could have a branch off of this down there, but we don't. But generally speaking, down here, it follows kind of a similar rule to in the forest where you follow the rivers. Maggot is the worst level for certain characters, yes. I wouldn't say it's the worst level, period. I do wish they would widen it. That is one thing a lot of mods do right. Is they widen the bloody, freaking annoying-ass maggot layer. Hey, Riz, how's it doing? Oh, you're glad to see more controller suffering. Well, just you wait. I'm debating... I think for the most part, I am going to do action RPGs on this channel. But I think for the most part, I'm going to keep my non-action RPGs on Twitch. That, or I might actually start streaming to the Let's Play Everything channel, maybe? I'm not sure yet. That also seems like a bit of a hassle because then I'd have to like reset all my settings in between streams, because unfortunately having it set up so it actually saves multiple login credentials is not easy to do with any streaming software, unfortunately, which is really freaking irritating. Prove you wrong? I'm actually not suffering yet. We have ran across a few Stygian dolls and not lost the fight yet, which is a good thing. But one thing I am actually looking for, and also my mood is probably a little bit better because I'm actually looking forward to today's delivery. I have 2 deliveries coming before Christmas, today's and Wednesday's, which should be interesting. But today's is candy. I splurged. I'm not really earning enough to splurge, but I needed something. I needed a positive. This past like about 2 weeks has been really rough on the channel. Set different OBS profiles for different channels? I could. But my vanilla OBS doesn't have good audio mixers able to be used on it. My good audio mixer only works with Streamlabs, which, yes, I know I should be boycotting Streamlabs, but I don't link to their site and I don't do any transactions through them. I literally just use the software. So, yeah, none of the user interactive end of things ever touches Streamlabs and they don't get any money from me. So... You bought yourself 2 chocolate bars? I got myself some red vines. Because you know what? I wanted them. And it bordered on I needed them. And for the longest time, I thought this was a door, not just draining water away. So yes, there are things that even I don't realize about this infernal game. That was one of them. One thing I do love about the assassin, though, is I don't have to worry about keys. So we're going to pop these. Because I'm down here, why not? You could VST plugins with OBS, though, assuming that's what your good audio mixer is. I forget what the one I'm using is called. So, into the docks. And I wonder if I'd have to reset them for that. But I can look up to see if VST would work on it. Greetings. There we go. But yeah, the way I have it set up is I actually have 1 streams to YouTube and 1 streams to Twitch. Completely different settings and scenes because my simple monkey brain does not do well with a lot of that stuff. Man himself streaming. How is controller support? Couldn't imagine playing this with one. Mouse and keyboard is better. By the way, how's it going, Isaac? And I'm not sure I'd call myself the man himself. I am maybe the evil bastard himself, but that's about as close as I get. No, I'm actually lawful neutral. But, yeah. I might fiddle around with base OBS and its profiles eventually. One thing I hate is having to re-log in a bunch, so if that can help me not have to do that, it's a good thing. Of course, I could also always just use stream keys instead, but then I wouldn't have, like, the updates and stuff like that available. So let's see. We should have the exit on the top as we go into Crest, Upper Crest, that is. But yeah, as far as keyboard control, I like it for certain builds. This one, I'm just kind of on the fence about because the build itself is kind of nasty and crap, but I can deal with it. Whereas the, like, Amazon and stuff like that is really nice with the controller as far as actually going through and fighting, because the aiming is so much simpler on that and so much more relaxing. But if you're doing something like a Sorceress with Blizzard or Meteor or anything that you have to target a specific location to function, like even the traps on this are a little bit funky, because they'll, like, sometimes we'll actually get them on top of, let's go ahead and drop it there. They'll drop on what we're targeting, or it'll drop a certain distance from us. So it's a little awkward if you accidentally lock something. But yeah, as far as just actual combat skills, I could see the Barbarian being a lot of fun with this as well. But there are pros and cons to both controller and mouse and keyboard. I'm more used to mouse and keyboard, so that's generally what I prefer off camera, unless I'm really just looking to relax. And speaking of relaxing, I need to get the other computer up and working, so I can actually set that up to play with a controller whenever I am just wanting to grind. You got a PC for Christmas, so you've been playing a lot of games on it. D2R, Outriders, Far Cry 4, and you bought the Halo collection. Congratulations. That sounds a lot of... Those are a lot of good games. I've heard a lot of... Like, whenever it first released, I heard a lot of negative things about Outriders, but as time has progressed, I've heard, like, they've gotten it to be a bit better. So, yeah, especially with server stability. I mean, that server downtime is expected with any game that requires online to play, but I do wish that more games were aware of that and actually included single-player modes, which, yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected has a single-player mode, so I can't hate on it very much. But if, like, Tribes of Midgard's servers go down, well, you're SOL until they come back up. You can't even play by yourself. Wouldn't you like it if they told you you couldn't play with yourself? I'm sorry, that was a crude joke. I shouldn't make jokes like that. This is a family-friendly channel, damn it. It's really not. I am PG-13. I say that on the outset. I say things that you shouldn't mention in front of your grandma. Yeah, that is true of a lot of games nowadays. They just launch half-finished and then come out. But that's also a little bit of, like, confirmation bias on my part, and a little bit of rose-tinted glasses. Because, frankly, if you haven't played a bunch of old games, they were buggy as hell, too. We just didn't notice it because it was just like, oh, that's just how it works. I mean, there's a reason why speedruns of some RPGs are literally, like, under a minute. Just because you have the ability to warp to the credits. You know, the launch was troubling, but it's way better now. That is actually good to hear. Because that looked like a fun game. At least the early part of the game. I didn't watch... I was watching my friend Care actually play it. I consider him a friend. I watch him stream and we chat on Discord every now and then. But I was watching him play the early parts of it. I didn't watch the late part just in case I wanted to actually play it myself. So how are we looking on potions? We're doing pretty good on potions. I don't think I need more. You could barely play it on the last PC, but now the graphics and the smoothness. I'm afraid to ask what your last PC was, because I have a feeling it's going to be fairly close to my current PC. My current PC being a 1080 Ti is being the highlight of it, which 1080 Ti's are still good, but I have like a 7700K. So it's good, and it was really good whenever it released. It was sort of good when I got it, and it's definitely falling behind now. Because I am seeing requirements getting closer and closer to what I have. I saw one with a 1050 as a minimum requirement, and I'm like, oh, this might not be something I can record. So I might have to stick with indie stuff for the most part nowadays, because frankly, they're actually semi-concerned about the accessibility of their titles. You now have an Omen Ryzen 7 3060 Ti. Ooh, nice. I'm glad you got a 3060 because I've heard mixed things about 3050s. So, of course, I think 3050, if I remember correct. Oh God, yep, they murdered him. Okay, so we're gonna drink potions and we're going to get him up and then kick him in the face. And drink potions. There's one down. And yeah, we're just going to knock them in the corner and hopefully get them down before we die. I think we'll be fine because that pillar there should actually provide us with a little... Can you stop healing him, you assholes? They get in the mood and then they just start healing everybody. So yeah, let's drink our last potion. We can buy more of them. In fact, they dropped several of them. We'll have to go back to revive Mercenary anyway.
I am overburdened.
Did I really? Yes, I picked that up. And drink that. Drink that. I probably should have been putting them in the belt, but it's fine. So, Ort Rune, Mana Potion, Healing Potion. Grab the Flail. Didn't really get any other good drops from that, unfortunately. Grab there, get the gem out of there, make ourselves the good flail. Which actually is not a bad flail, by the way. You just get it and have to immediately destroy it, though, which makes it kind of crappy. It's one reason why people used to skip this back in the day. 1080 Ti is between 3060 and 3060 Ti. No ray tracing is the big issue that mine runs into. So I don't get the aesthetics that a lot of people would. So let's go ahead and pop that portal. I do need to fill up my scrolls. Let's see if I can figure out how to fill up my scroll things. Hello. Can I? Yeah, I can get a few of them. There's just no way to just have it autofill, though. So we're at 15 and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully I counted right. Close enough. So we have the blues that we need to. And then we'll dump these off in there. Oh, between 3070. As far as just like raw capabilities, yeah, you're gonna run in. I think we're gonna start running into that with whatchamacallit, CPUs as well. Where we, especially with the efficiency core thing going on, I think we're gonna run into a situation where we have a lot of faster, older CPUs actually being positioned weirdly between two modern ones. But hey, Huntron, how's it going? And thankfully, games can still look damn good without RTX. RTX is just if you really want to melt your GPU on frames. Weirdly enough, I don't know why this is a common thing recently, but for some reason, low requirement games have been like melting GPUs like crazy lately. It started with Lost World, and then Diablo 2 was doing the same thing, and a few others, where it's just like, if you don't put a frame limiter on that, it's just going to cook it. It's like, why? Why not put a frame limiter in there so you're not completely destroying your users' systems? Is it because you want to be able to say you can get 500 FPS? Doesn't matter. Unless you're playing like a competitive shooter like Counter-Strike, you don't need more than even like, you don't need more than 60 FPS. You don't even need 30 FPS on a lot of games. But you definitely don't need more than 120 unless you are playing that. And yes, sloppy programming is a thing. But also, game development has gotten weird. It's in a bit of a weird space. And I don't think a lot of us really acknowledge that. Because back in the day, programming video games, you were definitely a lot closer to board with those. A lot closer to the hardware, that is, than you are with modern systems. Because a lot of people are using things like Unity, Unreal Engine. They're using these engines and then building into it without really touching the metal at all. But, so, a lot of these things are just not necessarily automatically bad programming on their part, but bad implementation on the engine. Like, they use the wrong kind of setup for their particular goal to actually achieve it. It's very strange. Now, Diablo 2 and stuff like that, yeah, it doesn't really have any grounds to do that. It's not built on that. But you run into this with some games that do that, and it's like, very strange. Because most, like, even amateur games don't have that issue. Hey, we got the waypoint really quick. Let's see. I will approve that in just a second. Probably because they don't have limitations for the menus, so people get like 1,000 FPS in the menus, which gets melting temperatures. Yup. There we go. Show that. There we go. That works. You're embedded engineer? Okay. Bare metal is all you do. Awesome. I did study software engineering many moons ago. I don't remember 90% of it. But, yeah. So I know a little bit about it. It's just my brain is old and I have forgotten many things. I've forgotten more things than I've known. Wait, it doesn't work that way. I've forgotten more things than I currently know. There we go. That's proper logic. Okay, so that... Actually, I should probably check which direction the waypoint was facing. No OS, yeah. Just interacting with assembly, even. Assembly's as low as I ever got. So let's go ahead and see. That is facing out left, so our way is down. And yes, you can actually... One thing I find really interesting on this, by the way, is that I can use the keyboard with certain commands without it switching out of controller mode. Which is kind of an odd little detail. Hey, Mocha, how's it going? I'm finally streaming while you're awake. Haha. I might change my streaming schedule. I don't know yet. Things have just... They're weird. Things are weird. God dang it. And I didn't revive my mercenary. Do I need to revive my mercenary? Nah. It should be the stairs. Let's see. And I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I might not be doing fine after this, because these guys are going to be a little bit hard for me to kill. Can I heal? Thank you. I pressed the button a few times. It just didn't register. So there's one Bloodlord down. Yeah, we're going to burn through a decent amount of mana doing this, because frankly these guys are going to be a royal pain in the butt to deal any damage to otherwise. As you can see, our just normal axe swing, not a lot of damage. Unless we get a crushing blow on them, which is kind of unlikely. And I still wish it showed the life at the top, but it doesn't. It only shows their statuses. Can you come down here and be a jerk to my face? Come on, come down. Thank you. I don't want him, like, up in the nonsense where the council is. Because I am going to have to fight at least one of them. So how are we looking on potions? Let's go ahead and plop that in. But yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, my brain is not super well suited to arguing with that in my logical corners of hell. And things may have changed from whenever I was studying it, which was, geez, that would have been 15 years ago. Good Lord. Things have definitely changed since then. You've been drowning yourself in Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance? Yay! Yeah? Are you doing the PC version, or are you doing the console version? Because I know that they did a re-release of it on PC. And I've heard mixed reviews. And I'm slightly curious if the mixed reviews are actually, you know, accurate, or if they are just people being salty. That it's not original platform. Because there are people who get very mad about that. They get very mad about that. Hey, Thanos, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So let's see. Now, as far as the length of this stream goes, we will finish Act 3. We are going to continue until either my water bottle is empty or the delivery shows up. Because then I will have to go and get that. Which should be between within the next 30 to 45 minutes. And that is actually a really good find right there. If we were going to do, like, actual melee instead of... Because this has plus maximum damage. Do we have anything on swap? That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we're going to pop this up because we might die here. We have everything set up there. Ooh, lordy. Sounds like a poor port, but that adds to the charm of it from what you've heard. Oh, God. After 20 years, and yes, you're loving it. I have the physical copies. I have been tempted to play them on the Let's Play Everything channel. I have only played a little bit of them. So let's go ahead and build up our charges. And then boop, boop, boop in the face. Build up charges again. Now, Tiger Strike is going to get very strong with 2.4 if they change it how I think they're going to change it. Because guess what? That's going to boost the... It's going to let you let off a few high damage hits in a row without having to recharge because, yeah, it boosts your percent for each little orb. So Amulet, yes. Mephisto Soulstone, yes. Rest of that, no.
Mephisto. You were no match for me.
Aside from certain small issues, you had no real problem. Plus, you can play with your... Hey, cool. You can play with your people. Well, he got a meteor off. It kind of sucks. Hi, Cody. How's it going? But I am working on a video that's a... Speaking of ports and remakes and stuff like that, I am working on... Oh, hi. That's Gleam Scythe. Do I really want to bother picking up Gleam Scythe? No. Gleam Scythe is okay. It's not good for us, though. And I don't need it for any other character. I'm holding down a button. Let me pass. But, yeah. I am working on a video that is kind of a review of the transition from Resurrected to... from LOD to Resurrected. I do have the general review of Diablo 2 done and ready to edit. Some of the other things that... I have a poll coming up later tonight for what videos to cover on the Game Shop. But I have a poll coming up for that. And I'm going to release those polls rather regularly. Just because smart YouTube stuff. It's a thing. But... Let's see, is that any good? It's not bad. It's not worth it for me, though. And boots, we have better. But yeah, I have the Diablo review thing, but I also have a poll coming up that's going to let people request specific games that I cover. Basically put a few games on there that I have that I want to cover, as well as a few that I got press keys for that I can cover. Works flawlessly on your potato PC? I hope so. Because they didn't update the graphics or anything, did they? I didn't think they did, but... I think they just made them work on a modern system. Okay, so we've got that, which can go in there. Thankfully, we don't have to use the cube for really anything until Nightmare difficulty again. So we can use it for storage. We can pop you out. And we can get that going. There we go. We're ready to fight again. So, what do we have waiting for us down here? Pain. That's what we have waiting for us, is pain. The plan is for me to get through all 7 of the classes. I might, whenever 2.4 releases, I might just do group ladder things and let people just drop in as I'm playing a ladder character, but I don't think I plan to pursue ladder like other people do. I don't feel like racing against people like Llama and stuff like that. One, he is a good speedrunner. I know speedrunning tactics, but my implementation of them is probably inefficient because I can't stand having a messy inventory. You have seen me get pissed off at the inventory on this character just because the auto-arrange wants to arrange it by size. But, yeah, whenever we get around to the ladder season, more likely to have it as well. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Blood Golem. That's actually not a terrible shield. I'd use it if I was a Necro and was really desperate. You tried Assassin once, got annoyed and rage quit. To you, Assassin only seems fun when high level and spamming traps. They're working on fixing it. I don't know how well they're going to fix it. And anyone who says they do know is lying to you. Honestly, there's only like maybe 3 people I can think of getting insider knowledge on it, and that would really piss me off if they were doing that. But it wouldn't surprise me either. But for the most part, if anybody's saying they have inside knowledge that this, and this is going to happen, don't believe them yet. Because just wait for the PTR. We'll figure out what it is then. When the PTR releases, I'll probably do a video on it if I can get into the PTR. Don't know if they'll let me in. We'll see. And yay, another bot. I'll deal with it in a little bit. You know how they're going to fix it? But yeah, only things that are confirmed are things that they said in the stream. And while I've made it through most of the stream at this point. Game came out when you were 16, you're now 36, liking it like 20 years ago. Awesome. What's the build currently looking like for this assassin? We are currently just being dorks. We are literally playing a martial arts assassin with a controller as part of like a challenge. And I keep bringing my controller up close to my face. You guys can probably hear me clicking it. Because I'm going to wear out the buttons on this cheap Xbox controller in like a heartbeat. That's the reason why I'm using this instead of like my good controller. Because I'm not going to play this with my good controller and wear out my buttons like crazy. Thank you for catching the bot. I still find it weird that they've stopped posting them in like comments, but they post that random stuff in stream chat, and it's not a link. I mean, it's a link to a virus if you actually type it out, but it's not an actual link in the chat, so it's like, cool. Guys are dicks. Let's drink that. Drop out another shadow. Have you said that you're beside yourself with joy? I mean, that's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. Oh, my speaking hold has not been working well today. So, you'll have to forgive me if I occasionally either stutter or just completely go into, like, weird babbly noises. My speaky hole is broken. The orifice upon my face has malfunctioned. To put it in an even grosser sounding way. If Fist of Fire works good in normal up to Nightmare, past that, like any male rule, you need plus skills and Infinity Stick. You don't need an Infinity Stick for most elemental builds. Infinity helps, it makes it easier, but you don't need it. I mean, we went through with the easiest sorceress build to beat the game with, and that is the Fireball Orb Sorceress. Hands down, easiest sorceress build to beat the game with. Cause of Thunder is best, but people love Phoenix, just don't like it due to charging. I do think, with the changes that they said they're going to make to charging, which they have said that they're going to make it where it only uses one of the charges, the charging skills will become more useful from that alone. But it's still not going to be perfect. Hopefully they give some of them a little bit more of a buff. You haven't noticed anything about my speaking? That's because I don't shut up. By the time I've said something stupid, it's already gone by and 12 other words have come out. Yeah, I'm trying not to skip fights. It's one, good for experience, and two, I just feel like getting used to the controller is more important to me than going quick. Because I have a feeling, and this is just one of those things, I've kind of noticed it while digging through the Diablo 2 YouTube end of things, that very few people are actually covering the fact that there is a distinctly different meta for controller than there is for keyboard and mouse. They function so differently that you really do choose different skills. Let's see. You use Andy plus Eth Infinity and Fortitude on your Merc and Javazon. Yeah, that's a fun build. Not necessary, but it's fun. I say this, mainly, I'm not really concerned about getting high-end stuff. I don't have an Infinity on my account, on my online version. I have it offline, but it's mostly because I have found everything I need offline to do any kind of like weird experiments. I don't really feel the need to go super farmy online. It doesn't really serve a purpose to me because I don't do PvP. I don't care about PvP. It makes me salty and I'm a toxic person whenever I do it. But so I'd rather just, you know, actually have fun playing the game rather than get salty and have my blood pressure go up. Find a better Javazon gear? Awesome! What did you end up finding for your Javazon? Did you end up getting a... oh, God. Thunderstroke? No, you probably got a Titans. There we go. We leveled up. Sweet. Oh, and now we can actually get Dragonflight, which is a fun one to have. Oh, we have plus skills. We have more skills. Can you guys handle that, please? Thank you. Character-wise, I'm going to go ahead and get my Vitalita. Am I going to shop a claw in Act 5 Hell? Not really. It's possible. I mean, if I really, really wanted to get one, yeah. If I was terribly concerned about it, yeah. But frankly, I'm not too worried about it. We got Titans finally, and Tall Rasha helmet and Atmas. Okay, cool. Really good. I'm going to have to set up my skills real quick. Bind skill. We're going to bind that to right button. Shadow disciplines. This is going to go to right trigger. This is going to go to... I'm thinking I'm going to actually get... No, I'm going to get this on still. So we'll do that with left trigger B. You guys got this. Stop being complainy. I keep hearing her, seeing the screen flash red, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm going to die. But no. So this is going to go to... We want that. We want that. I want that right there. I'm going to actually put this on left trigger Y. Just so we have a movement tech on there. And now we can actually do Cloak of Shadows and things can't see us. Your offline doesn't work. Is it working for you? It should be. It was working before I started the stream because I was transferring more stuff over from LOD to Resurrected because I've just been slowly doing that. As I make the item videos, that's about how I'm transferring the items. So as I transfer them over, you see them on videos. What do you think is a better assassin build endgame? Kicksin or Trapsin? Hybrid. Dragon Talon with Crushing Blow and Death Sentry traps is my go-to endgame for assassin. Because you can destroy things with the right setup for your kicks and the trap Death Sentry. You don't need a lot of plus skills to make it effective. So you just end up just blowing everything up that comes near you, and you use your kick to actually trigger the initial deaths. To actually kind of set them up for, you know, doom and destruction and dismay. Of course, we have to travel pretty much all the way around this place to get our door, but it's fine. Griffins, Eth Titans, T-Strokes, Mara, T-Gods, Raven, Frost, Wartrav, Scolders with Storm Shield is what you use on your jabs. I'd probably swap out Mara's for like a High Lords or something like that for increased attack speed. I don't know what the breakpoint is for it off the top of my head though. But T-Gods is pretty solid. And I'm hoping we don't have Gloams here. Our resists are fine for it, but I'm hoping we don't because I still don't like them. Let's see. And I'm not sure whether the red flash is a glitch so much as a reminder that, hey, you are in hostile territory. Yes, hybrid can do Ubers. It's not the best Uber character, but it's functional. I'd put it in probably the top 10 Uber killers. I'm always sad that people underestimate the power of things like poison against Ubers, though. Yes, you can ask a stupid question, Mocha. And depending on how stupid it is, I will give you a dumber answer, most likely. But no. There are no stupid questions, only silent people who... There are no stupid questions, only stupid people who don't ask questions. Got High Lords as well for backup. Yeah. The reason I like High Lords is, 1, the attack speed, and 2, it gives you that critical strike, deadly strike, which chances are if you are a lightning Javazon, you're not wasting points into that. Whereas with a Boazon, like if you're running strafe, you can burn the points there. It's not as bad. Go ahead and drink that. And that. Put that in there. I need to actually find more mana potions. And sorry if there's a delay on stream. I'm not sure how long of one there is. I know that YouTube's delay is a draggy one. I've been sort of watching this, and the past couple streams, ever since we had some issues with that, I've been sort of watching the preview while watching the actual go through on here, and it does get slowly. The longer I'm streaming, the further out of sync the actual YouTube end gets from the real me. And I'm not sure if it's enough to have you guys get audio anomalies, but it's there. Try draw offline, says game won't load up. Game sets you back to main screen and you have to play online. Are you playing on console or PC or... Okay, so we will drink that. We will right trigger those. About the Discord league. Do you need to donate or you can just click in and jump in on the Discord? You just jump on in. The Discord isn't private. Only certain channels of it. There's like patron specific channels that like alert me, but I generally check the Discord regardless. It's not super active. PC, yeah, I haven't ran into any issues like that on PC. You might try verifying the integrity of your files to make sure that there isn't an issue with the game itself during one of the like smaller patches that have happened. And I always forget how tanky this big buddy is. And yes, I do know that this... Oh, I just thought of something that's going to be... I wonder... That's going to make Dragon Talon interesting. Oh, I may have just thought of something for patch 2.4 that I am 100% going to have to try. I didn't even think about this. This does multiple attacks. If it's only using up one charge, does it release a charge with each attack? You can't remember the name, but you got an item claw that casts Cold Nova at 33%. You have 2 of them and use Bramble Mitts as a set wearing 3 pieces. And that set have been having a lot of fun. Ah. Oh, I forget the name of the Cold Nova things. I think I know which ones you're talking about. But this can kick multiple times. So what happens in 2.4 whenever they have it only use up one charge? Do I hit for 360, 240, 120? Or does it just trigger off the first hit? I need to like note to test that. And Iswal, we don't care about you.
Corruption.
You are a garbage angel who did garbage things and can go back to garbage hell. And honestly, I should be more worried about those Doomcasters. The Phoenix Strike is actually the main reason I'm wondering about that in 2.4. Because if you think about it, if it does trigger with every single hit, so if you have the kick up to Dragon Talon up to at least 3 hits, and you charge that up to 3, it'll burn your entire charge up for sure. But that would actually be launching... At first it would do a cycle of blades, then it would do Claws of Thunder, and then it would do the fire hit. So you'd have like all these things going off all at once. garbage hole. The garbage hole. And once we find the waypoint, I'll go and get my 2 skill points, but I am actually really intrigued. I'm going to have to revisit this build in 2.4 if it doesn't release before we're done. We might actually get done before 2.4 releases, because personally, I'm guessing it's going to release in January, like late January, maybe even early February, judging by the release schedule of 2.3 from their announcement and the complexity of it. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be around then. There's our stairs to the next area. Frankly, I always find the Plains of Despair to be so much more frustrating. There we go. So up we go. Hi, Dark Familiars. You guys are not really that tough. Your big Pit Lord buddies are. But I think we'll be fine. I don't know what our Shadow is doing. But she's just kind of there. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get that going because I need it. Get everything else just kind of squared away. That looks like it might actually be... Nope, it's not. Because there's usually like the big bonfires near the annoying things as well. There we go. Rebuild your mana by murder. Mana by murder. That needs to be the title of a book. Or Murder by Mana. Oh, okay. I was about to say, did we actually have Ghostly Strangler in there too? No, we just had Pit Lord. So let's go ahead and keep healing. And there goes Mercenary. Wow, good job, Mercenary. Can I move? Please? Thank you. So what I want to do is I want to pop this up. I'm going to go back to town and get my potions. 2022 will hopefully be a better year. Start the year with birthday and D2R update. Bye, Social Life. Hoping it'll be a better year. I would really like it to be a better year. The past 2 have been not pleasant and not overall good. And it's still flashing red. Lovely. I'm actually going to get rid of our down there. Yeah, we'll just throw these there. Yeah, that red flash is irritating. So we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are we looking on scrolls? We're doing fairly solid on those. Okay, so everything's repaired. Everything's good. Get you out. Get ourselves 2 skill points. Resurrect Vonji. And as far as our skill points go, we are going to get this because we actually do need to get that for Phoenix Strike later. I'm not going to bother with Mind Blast yet. We could use it, but it's not really high importance right now. Because I'm going to be in the middle of stuff. The main use for it is staggering crowds. And right now I'm not too worried about that. When we get into Nightmare in Hell with this build, I will be more worried about it, and we will probably be getting points on that, but for now I'll skip it. And I guess our other point is going to go into this because we're getting all them their synergies for the Phoenix Strike, which is still absolutely abysmal damage. So let's see if we can handle this pack yet. Mercenary, don't die. Thank you. Another Pit Lord there, and he's actually doing fine. Now that we got rid of the bosses, he's fine. But now we have 2 healing, 2 mana, which could be a bit of a problem because we'll have less healing opportunities. So let's see, and I might actually. I need to start integrating other games with the channel, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. So I'm thinking we'll do Grim Dawn and Last Epoch on certain days. I might actually bring you guys in on where I'm at on the Soldier playthrough of Grim Dawn, which we're not too far ahead. We're about a week out of running out of episodes for that on the Let's Play Everything channel. But I think I might hit Grim Dawn on certain days and do on the days that I would normally just be recording it, I'll just do it as a stream instead. And on the days that I plan on doing Last Epoch, I'll do those as a stream as well. Because I do enjoy streaming. I know it's not going to be like a massive like turnout for the streams. Usually we get around 30, which is about what we're sitting at right now. A little bit lower maybe. Oh, it's almost 1 a.m. there. I'm sorry. Have a good evening, Isaac. Get some rest. And I will see you in future videos or streams. And we might actually adjust our streaming times to better work with the average viewership, which generally speaking would mean that I should technically, if I go by where most of the viewers are, actually stream in the morning here, which would put it in the afternoon in Germany. Because my top viewerships are United States, Germany, not Austria, Norway. Australia's in the top 10. But yeah, I'm working on getting things kind of squared away a bit better. The only advantage of like not streaming the Grim Dawn is that I can kind of just do it whenever I have the energy. But at the same time, because whenever I'm streaming it, I feel like I need to keep a schedule of some sort, and I'm really bad at that. From Sweden, so time zones will always exist. Ah. But yeah, time zones are a pain in the ass. But I understand why they're there to an extent. What I don't understand is daylight savings, but like in modern era, I don't see the point of daylight savings. Back in the day, yes, there was a point to it. Nowadays, no. Hey, there's our stairs. Yay! We already did our thing there, so we can just continue on down. But yeah, I will try to stream at more reasonable hours for you. Maybe I'll mix them up to where it's like different hours on different games, so people can tune in, or even different hours just on different days. We just stream whatever we were feeling like that day. But I don't want to get too far behind on this or Grim Dawn, because those are kind of like the current trending things, because the Xbox release of Grim Dawn really has been like giving that a weird boost. Almost quarter to 1 a.m. Going to sleep as well. Have a good one, Mocha. I have the same. Yeah, I don't know why, but why Germany is one of the most active ones. But of course, that's probably also just a YouTube generality thing. Hey, we got our little pentagram things there. Anyway, have a good night, Mocha. And Isaac. Let's go ahead and grab that and keep moving on. I don't like blood maggots with this character. Let's go ahead and drop out some traps. Okay, so we got 5 of them there. They should be not necessarily destroying these guys in a heartbeat, but at least helping out. Should all get on UTC? I'd be fine with that. My sleep schedule would still be complete shit, but for those of you wondering, my sleep's... for some reason, my body sits on like a 26-hour clock. I know the normal is like 25 hours, but it's very weird. And it just varies person to person what your circadian rhythm is. There's the word I was looking for. So what we want first is the waypoint, then we'll come back for... we can check these up here. I was like, we could come back for checking on Dingus over here, but I think he's going to be up this path. Hey, there's more experience. I will gladly take it. Nope, he's not up this path. He's just wherever he feels like then. Boom. Yay, lightning. And once we get up to 30, we can get Death Sentry, which will actually make this all a lot easier. We'll just take all the money. So, anyway, we do need to find the waypoint, and we need to kill Hephasto. Hey, I didn't call him the offensive name this time. He is actually that way, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see. Hopefully those will actually work properly. And I'm actually surprised the Shadow Warrior isn't dropping them as well. because she should be using them every now and then, but nope. She's mostly just attacking. Yeah, everyone on the same time zone would actually be really good for me, because then I could just say the time that I'm going to be on. You ever going to make a blade sin? I've made a few in the past. The ninja assassin is actually a blade sin. And for those of you wondering, blade assassins, they're not as bad as everyone seems to think they are. They function pretty much just like the kick sins. For those of you wondering, you can just use Blade Fury and just launch a whole slew of those with Crushing Blow. They take it with them. You couldn't wait to tell you about Dark Alliance. You can't wait to tell Riss. Riss is around here somewhere. I think he might be asleep right now, though. He was in here earlier. Hell level kibble? Yes. It was Blade Fury and Death Sentry. And Death Sentry makes most assassin builds hell viable. So pop that out. Okay, so we're going to need to be a little bit careful with our mana. We might end up needing to use Insight a lot more than I thought with this build. Because I am churning through mana something awful. But almost everything is hell possible, just not hell easy. Asleep, 11:48 p.m. Don't make me laugh. But what if I want to make you laugh? Unfortunately, I can't make any more Mass Effect puns because you've already beaten them all. Unless you're going to go and do, the one with the weird faces. The creepy one that was released after 3. Andromeda, I believe. Andromeda Syndrome. I don't know if you've done Andromeda. I know you've done Mass Effect 1 through 3. Mind Blast can help you out in hell. And in fact, that's used in a lot of endgame builds. And when I don't include it, people get really mad. Which is... I'm going to say I'm guilty of this. I will intentionally not use certain skills just to piss people off. Because for some reason, there is a bit of a vindictive streak in me at points. Where it's like, so you're telling me I shouldn't play how I want, so I won't use the skill. Andromeda's coming at some point? May God have mercy on your soul. Although I heard it's actually not as bad as everyone made it out to be. It's kind of like the Mass Effect 3 where it's not the best of the series, but it's not bad. No, Mind Blast is a primary? Yeah, that would be irritating, to say the least, because then you'd have everything just getting converted. Although in Project Diablo 2, they did end up making Mind Blast somewhat functional, if I remember correctly, at least for a reset. Let's go ahead and bloop. Thank you. We will drink that. Drink you. Drink you. And do we need... No. In PD2, it's God tier. But yeah, I'm kind of meh on Mind Blast in general. I know the use of it. I have used it several times. It's just not my favorite strategy because I hate converting things. Because then I have to sit around and wait for it to for it to come out of conversion so I can kill it. I want the Urdar. I don't want anything else. Okay, so right trigger. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got them kind of down a little bit. So let's see. Drink another mana potion. Drop out a few more of those. And let's see. Do we have another? Yeah, we had another mana potion over here. And another. That would have been nice before that fight. Yeah, I do intend to actually go back and try some PD2 eventually. It's just, I'm still in D2R mode. It should be buffed up, but we wouldn't need more than one mind skill like Mind Attack that hits like static. Oh, we would need one more mind skill. I don't think we necessarily need more static-like skills. I understand why they're nice. But generally speaking, the only class I could think of that deserves something that is like static would be Barbarian, and I think honestly I would like to see some of his skills get natural crushing blow. I know that's gonna get me flamed to high hell, but I would like to see him get some natural crushing blow, even if it's just through a synergy. Like if he basically ended up with concentrate or something like that, giving a crushing blow effect with a synergy with bash judging the percent. Like if you had 1 point in bash, it'd be 1%. If you had 2 points in bash, it'd be 2% crushing with that. I just think it would be kind of nice to have. Blizzard works in threes. Sort of. Blizzard has been multiple versions of Blizzard, so I can't really say Blizzard is anything. In fact, that's something that I have written into the notes for. Let's go ahead and grab that, get this going. We're going to take out Hephasto ourselves while they hopefully handle a little bit of this side crap. There you go. Got him. Got him. Okay, so that is going to go there. And I'm lagging a little bit, which is not a good sign. Two, three. Barbs need better magic, maybe shaman. I mean, they do have mystical roots. Oh, we got absolute... We got an Eld rune. We got an Eld rune. I was going to say we got absolute crap, but I'm going to be honest. I do sometimes run out of Eld runes. Because L and Eld, for some reason, I have terrible luck finding. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop up the town portal. Definitely getting lag. Oh, wow. Lordy, lordy, lordy. 700 something ping. So that might actually be the... If this doesn't settle down soon, that might actually be the end of the stream. Which would be unfortunate. I'd rather not. Let's go ahead and move those over. Y'all. Wow. Yeah, this is... not good. Oh, we're losing connection to the stream as well. Nice. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and call that a stream before we have to get into the cussing at the ISP territory. So if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to give this a like, subscribe to the channel. I will be streaming more often. I'm going to try to at least. And as always, keep gaming, have fun, peace out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.